What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel, and it's time for yet another Mosh Pit review, where yours truly takes a look at heavy metal albums in the calendar year of 2019, and every single week, whenever there's more than 2 releases coming out, I put up a poll on the community tab of my YouTube page, which you can check out for yourself, and for the most part, every week, I put up a poll of a bunch of albums that are coming out a certain week, and I leave it up to you guys to vote on which one you want to see a video review for. Everything else that doesn't get voted will most likely be reviewed on my Twitter, which, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter yet, where have you been? Go follow me on Twitter at ThrashManiac99. I'm sure a link is somewhere in the somewhere in the description box for you guys to go and follow me, and more than likely I'll post a review or two sometimes every day or a few times a week. And for today, or tonight I should say, because this review is being posted at night, is my review of the album that got the most votes on the poll from last week, and that is Hate's new album, Auric Gates of Veles. Now, full disclosure, this was the first time ever. Man, this year's really been a first time for me for a lot of bands. And in this case, this was the first time I've ever listened to an album by the band Hate. And of course, I do know of the band Hate. They're one of the forerunners of the Polish blackened death metal scene along with Behemoth, even though they came a little bit after Behemoth and Belphegor, who's from Austria. But they are considered pretty good, especially in their early days in the late 90s. Like the album Lord is Avenger, I hear, has gotten a lot of praise in the black and death metal subgenre. So, going into this album, my expectations were not so much low, not so much high. I was expecting it to be an enjoyable listen, and guess what? It was enjoyable. However, I would say my main criticism of this album would be that there were some songs on this album, as I was listening through, songs that kind of felt a little bit generic at times, a little bit kind of second-rate Behemoth and Belphegor. That's just, to my ears and in my opinion, that's what I thought I was listening to, was just second-rate Behemoth and Belphegor at times. But other times, say the closing track, Generation of Sulfur, I believe that was what the last song was called, Generation Sulfur, something like that. But that closing track was actually really, really good. So Hate definitely shows a lot of potential on this album. It just wasn't quite enough to grab me and make me a bigger fan of the band. Maybe if I go back and listen to their earlier discography, maybe I'll have my opinion will change. Who knows? Maybe I'll eat my words as the year goes on, when I eventually probably would end up listening to it again. Maybe not. I don't know. Because at the end of the year for the Horseman podcast, we're doing the top 10 albums of 2019 from each of our own lists. But for this album, like I said, at times it felt like I was just listening to second-rate Behemoth. Other times, I was listening to something that was actually captivating. So this album is very much a mixed bag. Instrumentation, chaotic blast beats that, to me, sounded inspired by bands like Nile when it comes to the blasting. The riffs kind of carry that weight of the combination of black metal and death metal. But for me, some of the songwriting, like I said, just felt second-rate Behemoth to me. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it just was the one negative I really had about this album, is that some tracks just felt kind of the same to me, while others, particularly this last song, was quite good. And for that reason, I'm going to give this a 26 out of 40. It's definitely above average for sure. Perhaps maybe as the year goes on, and if I were to go back to this album, maybe I'll eat my words and my opinion will change. You never know with me. After all, these scores, for the most part, that I give are not final. Some will go lower, some will go higher. Hell, take for instance, if I were to update the Rammstein review, I would give that a 37 out of 40 at this point, because there are some songs on that I can't stop listening to. But you get the idea. Opinions change over time, depending on how you feel, and that's what this series is for, to tell you what I think about albums. And speaking of albums, guaranteed review next week for the new Memoriam album, considering it's post-Bolt Thrower, after Bolt Thrower disbanded in 2016, and I look forward to checking it out. Requiem for Mankind, I believe, is the album title, but Memoriam review next Friday or sometime next weekend, depending on if I have the, if I end up doing the review late or early, we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. What did you guys think of Auric Gates of Veles by Hate? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. But until then, peace out, and I'll see you soon. However, Hate came a little bit after Behemoth and a little bit after another pioneering band in the subgenre, Am I seriously getting a phone call in the middle of a review? God, I could really use some good quality entertainment, but all I got's $40. So, what the hell am I going to do? Okay, let's see what we got to drink. Ah, fucking perfect. Some good old Powerade. Delicious. No, not really. Damn it, we don't even have Spam in here! Whoa!